welcome to Bog's Studio. This evening we're going to be painting another portrait. So this will be the BOGZILLA Studio Sessions portrait series. With this one, again, we'll be working with an ampersand and kind of a monochromatic portrait, and going to try to take it in a direction I normally don't work with. Cool tones in the kind of green hue. I'll see if I have enough paint to make that happen. Really, I need four basic tones, and should be able to make that work. So stick around. We'll start out with some first lines. We'll just go over this. We won't bother with the buff, and yeah, should be some fun. Hopefully this comes together well. So stay tuned. this came together a little bit differently than I had expected. I didn't use any projection or the Apple Vision Pro or anything like that to put this up, so the proportions are a little bit off. I wasn't too concerned about that though. I just kind of wanted to get it blocked up and think about those like blends and things like that. I think this has like a softer feel than some of the other portraits that I've done, and you know, maybe that was part of the challenge with this one, is to give it a little bit different look. I like the way that the light green and that yellow tone work together. I think my dark green is a little bit too much of a jump as far as the transition. It gets to be a little bit more contrast than I might like, but yeah, it's all right for what we're doing in here. Just trying things out, testing things out. So yeah, so again, this is the BOGZILLA Studio Sessions. This is a part of the portrait series, and with the portraits we tried out an ampersand as part of a graphic solution with the portrait, and this is based on a Baroque statue. Basically four colors. We've got the infra yellow, the wild lime, and then I guess I did use two different blues here. This one is toad, two blues, sorry, two different greens, toad, and I'm not sure where I put the other one. It ran out. I might have thrown it in with the empties. Did use a little bit of black and a little bit of white as well, and the dark green is covered, so I'm not exactly sure what that is. But this is that darker tone here. So, pretty much the only cap that I used on this was the green fine line cap, and then I used a little bit of the stencil just to do a couple of fine line things at the very end. But that is that. Again, I appreciate you hanging out with me here in the studio. Again, this isn't necessarily meant to be a how-to, but more of a, you know, just documentation of what I'm doing. I, you know, hope that it is informative or interesting. It must be if you've watched to this point. So if you have and you haven't yet subscribed, I guess the question is, why not? Like, what are you doing with your life? No, I'm just joking. But a subscribe, a like, a share, a comment, any of those things would be much appreciated. And yeah, let's see what happens next. Might go back to the letter series, working, I believe K would be the next letter, so that might be a fun one to play around with. And then I think after that we'll probably come back and do a different portrait study. So I got a couple of murals in the works, so in the upcoming weeks we'll be out in the wild doing some painting at different locations. I'm not sure how quickly those videos will come out after production of the murals themselves, but just stay tuned if you're interested in that. And again, thank you for being here, thank you for your support, and have a great day and make cool stuff.